Welcome! We are here to explain the significance of the Consumer Guarantees Act and why it is imperative that small and medium-sized enterprises are aware of these laws in order to avoid any litigation issues. So, what is the CGA? Established in 1993, the Consumer Guarantees Act is designed to protect consumers by granting them rights, such as seeking repairs, replacements, or refunds when the goods are faulty. So, who does the CGA apply to? It applies to consumers and businesses who operate in New Zealand. Businesses who provide consumer goods and services include tradespeople, professionals, importers, finance companies, retailers, and online traders who sell through a website, such as eBay. So, who is a consumer? A consumer is defined in the CGA as someone who acquires goods or services from a supplier of a kind ordinarily acquired for personal, domestic, or household use or consumption. The word acquire has several semantic meanings. It can refer to owning something through a gift, purchasing, exchanging, leasing, hiring, or hire purchasing. If you've acquired a good through any of those activities, then you're a consumer. If the item was resupplied to consumers through trade, consumed while it was in the production or manufacturing stage, or used to fix other fixtures or goods on land, then the CGA will not apply.
Customers are guaranteed that their products will be acceptable quality, fit for a particular purpose, match the descriptions, be a reasonable price, have the right to resell their products, and be delivered on a timely fashion. Meanwhile, guarantees for services include being carried out with reasonable care and skill, fit for a particular purpose, carried out in a reasonable time frame, and being reasonably charged when a price is not set.
However, if the consumer has used the good in an inappropriate manner, or they have been made aware of its faults and defects prior to the sale, then the consumer guarantee does not apply.
I'm unsatisfied with the product I recently purchased. What can I do?
Generally speaking, the retailers that sold you the item must sort out the problem if you are unsatisfied with it. You, the consumer, have a right to claim remedies against the manufacturers. So, if the stitching on your fairly new shoes comes apart, you don't have to track down the manufacturer, you just take them back to the shop. So, if the item is not remedied within a reasonable time, or it can't be fixed, or it has a failure of substantial character, then the consumer can reject the goods and ask for a replacement or a refund. In addition to these rights, consumers may also claim for any reasonably foreseeable extra loss that results from the initial problem. So, for instance, if your new microwave won't work properly, you can claim for the damage costs or the cost of hiring a replacement microwave while the first one is being fixed. So the question is, should you get an extended warranty in case this happens again? Well, certain goods and services may come with extended warranties, or they may be purchasable. This has to be written legibly and clearly, summarizing rights separate from the CGA. Also, consumers have the right to cancel the agreement within 5 working days. Businesses can agree that the transaction has no rights under the CGA if there is a written agreement between both parties in trade. In addition, the terms must be fair and reasonable. Otherwise, any attempts to contract out of the Act are a breach of the FTA. So, what are the consequences if you're in breach of the CGA? Well, companies that fail to comply with the Act can be fined up to $600,000, while individuals can be fined up to $200,000. On December 14, 2018, the Commerce Commission prosecuted and fined the Noel Leeming Group a hefty $200,000 for misleading consumers about their rights under the Consumer Guarantees Act. Noel Leeming made misrepresentations, such as saying that claims under the CGA about an iPhone had to be negotiated with Apple directly. They also rendered the CGA as being not effective for the consumer and refused them a refund, despite false statements made about the suitability of a mobile phone. However, these statements were deceiving. Consumers are entitled under the CGA to have Noel Leeming remedy their issues as the supplier. They have no right to refuse to help their customers. While Noel Leeming is a big corporation, small to medium enterprises should still take note of these issues, because failure to comply will result in similar consequences. The purpose of this Act is to ensure a caliber of quality is guaranteed within every business practice and person in trade. It is important that businesses deliver on the promises of their goods, providing options for dissatisfaction such as repair, refund, and replacement. For more information, please check out the links below.